All right, so let's get this quick weave started. I'm starting out with freshly washed hair. I just blow dried it. I'm not gonna straighten it. I took out some hair in the front. This is the hair that is going to cover the flip over. And right now you see me parting out my anchor braid. I'm going to braid this all the way around my head so that I can actually sew my stocking cap on. And I like to use this castor oil to help me braid down because it just helps the hair like stick in my hands a little bit better. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I do whenever I braid my hair. Here's what that anchor braid looks like. It's not the best, it's just kind of messy, but I made it flat to my head. I'm gonna sew my stocking cap onto that, but before I do so, I'm just gonna throw in some of these big bulky like French braids. I'm gonna do 4 of these. Because the hair I'm using is curly, it is perfectly fine that my braids are messy and fat. So if you're not doing like a curly look, you might want to braid flatter. So like I said, I did decide to sew this cap down because I'm going somewhere where it's going to be very humid and I'm going to be at the beach. So I didn't want this cap to slide off. I was originally going to do the method where you use the Diamond Bond protective shield to hold the cap down, but I'm going to be getting really sweaty. I don't plan on getting my hair wet at all, but just the sweat alone, I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and sew it down. So now I'm going in with the Diamond Bond shield, and I'm gonna use a brush, a hair coloring brush, to just apply that all over the cap. And I'm just being kind of messy, honestly. I was in a big hurry. I'm going on vacation the next day, so I was like, let me just get this on. Anyway, I spread it all across the cap, and after I finish doing that, I'm just going to spray it down with some Pump It Up, the original spritz. And then after the spritz, I'm gonna blow dry it. I blow dried this for about 10 to 15 minutes. I know that's quite a while, but I just wanted to make sure it was extremely dry before I started putting these tracks on my head. This is the hair I use. I use the 18, 20, and 22 inches of the Remy Illusion. This is in Water Wave, and I have the color 1. And it comes with a closure, a 4x4 closure, but I didn't use that because I just did a flip over method. I did get some of these flexi rods. I'm gonna use them on my natural hair, and y'all will see that a little bit later. But I'm gonna go ahead and spray some heat protectant in my hair, and I'm gonna try to straighten out my edges because it's gonna just make the whole look, you know, flow a lot better. I decided to go ahead and just throw some tight curls in my hair with the flat iron, and then I'm gonna wrap my hair around these flexi rods because I'm trying to mimic the curl of the synthetic hair. I don't know if I mentioned that this hair is 100% synthetic. There's not a strand of human hair in sight. So I'm also about to see how well this synthetic hair holds up. So once I have got all of these flexi rods in, I'm just gonna let them sit while I finish the rest of my hair. Here's the glue I'm using, good old Salon Pro, and I'm actually following Ivy's flip over method video. This is her, 2023 video. All right, so the first weft is going down, and I must say these synthetic hair wefts, I don't know if it's because I got curly hair or not, but the wefts are so thin. I don't know how to explain it, but it was hard putting the glue on because they were just so thin, and it took me a hot minute. So I went ahead and just did a whole lot of my hair instead of showing y'all like every single track going on. Anyway, after you put your tracks on, make sure you go in and blow dry just to secure them a little bit further. This hair is actually really pretty, so you know, just keep on measuring and cut your track, then add your glue, and then stick it on and blow dry it. And that's all you gotta do. I must say, for this to be my first time doing a quick weave, I'm really proud of myself. I think it's turning out really good so far. Now, I did get some glue in my hair. I did not mean to do that, but I'm gonna go and fix it a little bit later. Now I completely forgot this part, but do you see where I drew that big box in the front of the cap? That's where your wefts are gonna go down vertically. And I went ahead and drew this out because I saw Ivy do it, and she said if you make more space in the box, like make it go further back, whenever you put your wefts down vertically, it's gonna look a lot more natural. So that's what I did. It was getting really hard trying to put glue on those wefts, so I just put it all over the cap, and then I measured the wefts to where I wanted them to go and cut them from there. And I did that all the way up until I was finished, or until I got to that little box area. This is what the hair is looking like. It is a lot of hair. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the front. I'm just laying down the glue, and I pre-cut all of my vertical wefts, and I'm just laying them down. So that made the process a whole lot easier. And then I make sure to blow dry in between just to make sure everything is secured. At this point, I did the same process over and over until I was done. And when I was done laying all those tracks, I just went ahead and blow dry it one last time, and I'm flipping the hair to make sure none of the tracks decide to fall off or pop off or anything like that. This hair is so long. Remember, I used 18, 20, and 22 inches. And for reference, I am 5'10", so I'm almost 6 feet tall. This hair, I don't know what happened, but it wasn't even, so I went in and I cut it. I'm taking out my flexi rods and just pulling those curls apart. I'm not making them fluffy or anything. I'm just pulling them apart so I can cover where that quick weave ends. I feel like this came out so good. My curls are mimicking the hair pretty well thanks to these flexi rods, so I'm super grateful. Now I'm just gonna kind of pull out the root of the hair to cover up my quick weave. We're going to use some edge booster and just get this hair together. Now, I don't have baby hair. My hairs are all grown adults. So I'm gonna try to frame my face though. I'm gonna try to like make this look a whole lot softer. I feel like pulling out your edges just does it. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. I'm not great at the whole baby hair thing, so I'm just trying my best, working with what I got. And I think it came out really good. I'm finished, and this whole process took me 2 hours, a little bit under 2 hours, but I'm so proud of myself because I stepped outside of my comfort zone and it actually turned out pretty good. If I did this method again, I would probably use human hair and then just maybe turn it into a wig later, but I love how it turned out, and I would use this specific hair again, like for a ponytail or something, but not a sew-in and not a long-term look or anything like that. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.